Coming up on the next episode of Good Morning Wilmington, live with Ivan and Vincenza. Local humanitarian Logan Herring stops by to talk about the revitalization of the city's Riverside and the new Kingswood Community Center. Jack of all trades and local entrepreneur Derrick Reed stops by the plaza to talk about the many hats he wears and his involvement in the new Riverside redevelopment project. And Wilmington's 5th District Councilwoman, Bregetta Fields, stops by to talk about the new things happening in her district and the Wilmington Learning Collaborative's Family Engagement Fair, right here on DETV.
Good morning, Wilmington. It is Wednesday, April 27th. Good morning, Ivan.
Good morning, Vincenza. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing wonderful.
Awesome.
Another beautiful Wednesday, beginning of the middle of the week.
Hump day is what they call it.
Yes.
I wonder why they call it hump day.
Who knows?
I know.
Well, you've had a very busy week.
No, you know what? The week was fabulous. It's just something when, like, this morning show is growing.
Yes, it is.
And people are paying attention. People are coming. We have some amazing people that show up.
Yes.
So yesterday, after our show Monday, Adam Blackstone, the gentleman that was responsible for, he was the music director of the Super Bowl and the Oscars, couldn't show up because he got caught in Coachella. Woo! What a problem to have,
such
right?
a problem.
So he came Tuesday, came yesterday, and we did a live show with him. We're talking about his experiences, some of his things that he's scared of in the business, some things that, how he got to where he is in the business. And it was extremely, extremely insightful. It went really well. And then on top of that, some other stuff, some DETV stuff. But yeah, it's been busy, but it's been great.
I heard it was a great interview. We were so honored to have him on our show. I mean, we're always honored to have so many incredible people on our show, but it was really neat to have Adam Blackstone on the show. I believe some of the crew was telling me in the middle of the interview or before the interview, he had a phone call and he said, hold on a second, I have Drake on the phone. No big deal, right? Just Drake on the phone.
And I did the same thing when Logan called, right? When Logan and Derrick called, I did the same thing. I'm like, hold on for a minute. It is Logan freaking Herring, okay? It's Derrick freaking Reed, you know what I mean? Right. So, and outside of Alan Blackstone, we do have some amazing people that live here as well, that are doing some amazing things, as what we call them, capeless superheroes.
Yes.
Right? That should be a segment, Najee. Capeless superheroes, okay? You like it?
She likes it.
She likes it. That's all that matters.
Well, let's introduce our first capeless superhero of the day. We have Stephanie Johnny from the Pete DuPont Freedom Foundation. She is here to chat with us.
She's the executive director, doing some great things with that foundation.
Yes.
So, Stephanie, what's going on over there? How's everything?
Good morning. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh, pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. So tell us, Steph, in the land of the Freedom Foundation, what's happening this week?
Yeah, so we have a really important event that I'm happy to share with you guys. This Friday, April 29th, we are going to be, the Pete DuPont Freedom Foundation and the DuPont family will be hosting a public memorial service and reception for Governor Pete DuPont, who passed away last May. Unfortunately, COVID blocked a lot of everyone's plans, including ours last year. So we're really happy that we have the opportunity to celebrate his life and legacy with everyone this Friday.
Love it, love it. And if you can't make it, because Stephanie, correct me if I'm wrong, it is definitely like, so everyone, it's not, I don't want to say sold out, but it's almost standing room only. And the only way that you can watch it is on streaming and on TV. We're streaming it here at DETV.
Yeah.
So you can watch it on our social media channels, our Twitter, our Facebook, and our YouTube, along as well as the Freedom Foundation's YouTube as well, right, Steph?
Our website, yes. So we offered a select number of public reservations. Unfortunately, all of the reservations have been taken, but if you're really interested in coming in person, you can sign up to be placed on the waiting list. And if we have someone drop off, we'll send you an email and you can attend in person. But we are live streaming the event. And like you mentioned, you can catch it on DETV or you can catch it through our website, PeteDuPontFreedomFoundation.org. And in the meantime, until Friday, you can check out our website, learn more about Pete DuPont's legacy, what the foundation is doing, our initiatives, including the Equitable Entrepreneurial Ecosystem, E3 for short, and Reinventing Delaware.
I love it, Stephanie.
Yes.
I love it, and what a remarkable man. Done a lot for
Yes.
Delaware.
Yes.
Steph, while I have you, real quick, E3. Tell us what E3 is.
Yeah, so E3, again, is short for the Equitable Entrepreneurial Ecosystem, and it works in tandem with Reinventing Delaware. So Reinventing Delaware has been around for quite some time. We have some great winners. Logan Herring is one of our winners, and as well as Jason Aviles from Greenbox, Delaware, Intern Delaware, zip code Wilmington, just to name a few. And so when COVID happened, we saw that there was a disparity among business owners being negatively affected, specifically Black and brown business owners. So E3 was created to work in tandem with Reinventing Delaware to help launch businesses. Reinventing Delaware launches ideas, E3 helps accelerate businesses. And so we've had a few different cohorts come through. I know you guys recently had Antoinette Watson of The Stand. She's one of our E3 participants, and we have several others. We actually have, we just finished our application cycle, and we have 10 more entrepreneurs coming through from Newcastle County in the next few weeks.
It sound like they really does sound like they're reinventing Delaware, doesn't it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, good job, Steph. Thanks so much, Steph. Anything else that that we might have missed you want to tell the people?
Just want to remind everyone to visit the website, learn more about, again, our initiative, see what's coming up. We are going to be doing another application round this summer, and then Reinventing Delaware happens every fall, so stay tuned to learn about the submission cycle and when you can submit your idea to attend.
Excellent, excellent. Stephanie, thank you so much for coming on Good Morning Wilmington and sharing this information with us about the Pete DuPont Freedom Foundation. We wish you lots of luck with your event, and I'm sure you'll be back soon.
She always be
yes,
back.
I know.
Stephanie has a kid. Anytime she wants to stop by, she can stop by.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Steph. Oh, wow. The weather's changed. People are coming out. There's events going on in Delaware.
Yes, yes.
And please, you do not want to miss this memorial. This memorial is going to be amazing, and for an amazing man who not just did great things for Delaware, but for the people, and who was just an awesome figure here. So make sure you check that out. Up next, who we got up next? Telling them about some great events in Delaware.
Yes. So before we introduce our next guest, I'm super. Ivan's always eating and drinking on camera. I was just saying before we started the show, I said, Ivan, you really should put a lid on that coffee.
My lips too big.
Because he's gonna. Because I'm afraid he's going to start talking, and then the coffee is going to go flying, and it's going to spill all over me. So, well, that makes live television for you,
there
right?
You go. There you go. I'm sorry, my blood
television.
sugar low, so I got to eat something.
But anyway, we have to introduce our next guest. He's, again, so awesome. When he walked through the door, his energy, his vibe, I loved it. I'm like, you're not from around here,
That's
sir.
what you said?
I was like, I felt it. I was like, you're not from around here. And I was right, he's not. He's not from around here. He's from, anyway, Meshach Stennett, owner of Minds Brand Management, is here to talk about the Spring Sting. So, Meshach, what's up?
What's up, Shaq?
Good morning, Wilmington.
How you doing, man?
Buongiorno, Vincenza. What up, Ivan?
No, let me tell you, when I first met this dude, right? I'm gonna take it back. I met this dude in college. My mother told me before I went to college, right? Not that everyone that went away to college can understand it. She said the friends that you meet in college will be the friends you have forever, right? So I was a freshman. I think Shaq was a sophomore. Am I right?
Who knows?
I think he was a
We were
sophomore.
there.
And he had this MPV van, right? And he was the dude on campus at Delaware State University, right? HBCU, the top HBCU in the country. And he was just like, he was full of energy back then. And now to see him 30 years later, he still has the energy, still has the love for DSU, still has the love for people, and still, just doing what he does. So, Shaq, what you got going on, bro, that everyone needs to know about?
I appreciate everything. And yeah, so this Saturday, like Ivan said, it's been 30 years since I was on campus, but it doesn't matter. The bond that we built at our HBCU at Del State in particular is something that we carry on even after we graduate. So this Saturday, we're presenting Spring Sting. The Delaware State University College of Business is going to be doing a free event for Delaware State alumni, HBCU alumni. You're invited at the Blue Ball Barn right here in Wilmington, Concord Pike. Beautiful indoor-outdoor venue. We're going to have cigar vendors. We're going to have other alumni vendors. It's just going to be a good time, a good energy, a good vibration. So we invite everybody to come out and just, enjoy the good weather. Spring is coming, the weather, things are opening up, and we want to make sure that we're bringing all our alumni together to fellowship and network.
There you go. There you have it. There you go. Shack is Shack.
That was it?
Yes.
Shack is Shack. That's your new thing. Shack is Shack. Shack. Go ahead.
It sounds like it's going to be an awesome event. If you're in town, definitely make time to attend, because with the weather changing and everything's opened back up, this is what we need. Events like this, the good energy, good vibes, good people.
Yeah.
So Mishak, we're so excited that you're on the show, sharing this event with our viewers, and hopefully maybe we could go.
Oh, I'm going.
Please.
Look, I'm going. Anything HBCU, anything DSU, anything UUU, I'm there. I'm trying to tell you. My heart bleeds downstate. Shaq, is there anything else going on that the people need to know about, bro?
Well, to be honest, it's all about the good energy and the good vibration. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna be partying, but the overall goal is to benefit the College of Business, right? So they currently have a campaign ongoing called the March to 1000, where they're trying to engage 1,000 alumni and friends of the university. So although we're gonna be out there having a good time, enjoying each other, we still always wanna make sure that we're partying with a purpose. So the overall goal is to benefit the current students and to improve their excellence. So we're always just here for our Del State community. Like I've said, we bleed Del State red and blue, and everybody's just invited. All you gotta bring out is a good energy.
There you have it.
Yes.
What I need you to do is grab me one of those hats, bro.
Oh, you like this?
I like it.
Oh, well,
I
you know
like
what?
it.
Before I go, anybody who wants some more information, it's DSUSpringSting.com. DSUSpringSting.com. We Hornets, so we're gonna sting you this spring. Go ahead and RSVP for free on the site. We're gonna have some more gifts for you. Once you get there, trust me, you're gonna have a great time.
I don't know if you've ever been to a Mishak party.
No, I haven't.
Well, you're gonna be you going this day.
Okay, well, I'm coming.
His parties be off the chain, and like he said, it's always party with a purpose. So, Mishak, again, thanks for stopping by.
Yes.
Stop by anytime, man. You got something going on. We'd definitely love to plug you in, man, and make sure that you plug it to the people. That cool?
Thank you.
All right,
Anytime.
all right.
Appreciate you. Good morning, Wilmington, and thanks for having me.
You got it.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
Vincenzo,
you.
we got the drum roll. We got 3 of the major hitters who are coming.
Yes, we're not done yet. Now
we
we're
just
really
getting
diving
started.
into the show,
Yeah.
right? So we have Logan Herring. The
Oh.
Logan Herring.
Okay.
I have been looking forward to this conversation for a long time. I've heard so many wonderful things and positive things about Logan Herring, the CEO of the work group. He's here to talk about the warehouse, Reach Riverside and Kingswood Community Center, and revitalizing Wilmington's Riverside. Very excited to talk to Logan.
He's
Herring.
really doing some amazing things
Yes.
over there.
Oh,
Like
yes.
like that plan, and they got him running the point. The little plug there. He gets it, the elite. He's running the point over there, so they're doing some great things with Kingswood,
Yeah.
the Reach Riverside, especially for those teens over there at the warehouse. So I can't wait to talk to him. Who else we got?
We have Bregetta Fields, Councilwoman for Wilmington's 5th District.
Woo!
Yes, very excited to chat with Ms. Bregetta.
She's
We al-
awesome.
Yes,
She's awesome.
And she's looking so beautiful today
Yeah,
as well.
I think we need to come up with a thing like Bregetta-ish. Like, this is Bregetta-ish. Like Bregetta, look, she's not, she never, and correct me if I'm wrong, Bregetta, you were never a politician. You were never in like office for anything. But now she is, and she's doing great things for her community
Yes.
and her part of town over there. So great job. She saw there was a need. She stepped into the role. She stepped in it like a true warrior
Yes.
and is changing the community. So shout out to Bregetta.
Yes, and last but not least, we have Derrick Reed, another person that I was looking forward to meeting because Ivan has spoken about him so much, and very excited that he's on the show. Owner of Trust Construction. He's also working with Logan Herring, revitalizing the Riverside, so we're super excited to speak with all of our guests.
And my barber.
Oh.
Let's not forget that part.
Wow.
But the crazy, fun fact about Derrick Reed, right? When I had my fall, when I was really trying to find myself and figure out what I wanted to do when I had my breakdown, I don't want to say my fall, when I had my breakdown, Derrick was a friend that was there, and he said this to me, right? He said, it was 2 things that he did I will never forget. One, he said, no one should ever see that you fail. So as long as I'm alive, until you get on your feet, you don't have to pay for a haircut. So he went, I want to say maybe 4 years, he cut my hair for free every week, right? The second thing is he turned to me, he said, so what do you want to do? I see you doing this video thing real heavy. And I was just starting out. He said, what do you need? I said, I need some lights. He bought me my first set of lights so I can get going. And now look how many lights we got.
We got a lot of lights.
Let's go to break. I'm done. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry.
We'll be right back.
Coming up, CEO of Work Group, Logan Herring.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
The day I got arrested was a blessing because it was the end of one chapter of my life and it was the beginning of another. I deserve a clean slate.
Now that clean slate legislation has passed in Delaware, we must ensure that the bills are effectively implemented so qualified people will get the second chance they deserve. To learn more, visit cleanslatede.org.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
Welcome back, everyone. We have our first guest, Logan Herring, the CEO of the Work Group. Logan, welcome. Yes, thank you.
I feel that when you mention Logan, like you need some theme music or something, right? Remember, I'm gonna get you suckers. Like everyone needs theme music. He needs that band in front of him.
You said superheroes without capes, right?
Right.
Yes.
Because you're doing some great stuff, man.
Thank you.
And first of all, I just want to hop in this $10 million that you received from Chris Coons, Carper, and Lisa. Can you tell everyone what that was about? What that was for?
Yeah, it's for the new Kingswood Community Center that we will be building. It's a $42 million facility.
Wow.
We have raised over $22 million now. That $10 million was a big help, and it'll be about a 100,000 square foot facility.
Wow.
What can that do for that community over there, along with that project that you're working on?
So the new Kingswood is going to be, we believe, the biggest draw to the community. The housing is great. The housing looks beautiful. Shout out to D Reed, who's a part of that. But a $42 million community center is not just going to give pride and restore, that faith in the community, but also people that, have the option to want to move in as well, because we're doubling the capacity of the housing in the community. So we're going from 300 homes to 600 homes.
All right.
So we're going to need people who want to choose to live in the neighborhood to come in, who's not going to be attracted to a $42 million facility.
Right. So this is a part of the Healthy Communities Initiative, correct?
Well, so it's purpose-built communities.
Purpose-built
communities. We're one of 28 purpose-built communities around the country, and purpose-built is funded by 3 billionaires, one of them Warren Buffett. So we're in good company.
Yes.
Company.
Yes. So real quick for our viewers that may not know what the Work Group is, so could you share with our viewers what is the Work Group?
Yeah, so the Work Group is a collaborative of what I call 3 tax-exempt businesses. I don't like to refer to them as nonprofits because I believe we operate as a business. The Warehouse, Reach, Riverside, and Kingswood Community Center. So we came together to have the greatest collective impact, and that's what we're doing, to share our resources, share our talents, to have the greatest collective impact in the neighborhood.
How long has the, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. There's a lot of info right here.
This is important information that I want our viewers to know. So how long has the Work Group been around now?
So we've been in existence since 2018. That's when Reach, Riverside, and the Warehouse really came online. They're brand new startup tax-exempt businesses. But Kingswood has been in business since 1946. So a lot of people don't know, I started at Kingswood in 2016. in an effort to turn around Kingswood. It was about to go out of business. My predecessor didn't make such wise decisions, and took us about 2 years to stabilize the organization. And then we used Kingswood's foundation to build Reach Riverside and the warehouse, and that was kind of the birth of the work group.
Excellent, excellent. I've only heard wonderful things about the warehouse. I know my teen title holder, which you met, Miss Delaware Teen USA, 2021 Sky Knox.
My little cousin.
Yes, okay. She always spoke so highly about the warehouse. And she volunteered there and worked there and has given back so much. And she only has said it's been not only inspiring for her, but so many young teens look up to her. As you know, she's just so influential, and you know she's incredible.
Yeah, she's awesome.
So I've only heard wonderful things about the warehouse and what it offers our community and the youth. So it's great what you're doing over there. So if anybody that hasn't checked out the warehouse, they should, because I think it's a great facility for our youth and the community.
Well, our youth created it. It's created for teens by teens. They designed it in partnership with the architects. They choose all the programming that comes in. They chose all of the furniture that's in the building. They chose everything. And so my board co-chair is Anaya Patterson. She's at Delaware State University on a full scholarship, and she has been working with us since the age of 15, and she is my board co-chair of the warehouse. So my boss is a teenager.
That's so awesome. But you're listening to what the teens want, and you want them to feel comfortable when they come to a facility like the warehouse. So it's made by teens, for teens. What better way to accomplish these goals and making sure that it's a facility that will attract our youth.
Well, every good business is consumer driven.
Right.
So, I mean, you look at Amazon, Netflix, I mean, you listen to the consumer, you can have a successful business. That's why I call it tax-exempt business, not a nonprofit.
Right.
I hate the stigma of that, we should have this charity mentality and do things on the cheap. No, we spent $3 million renovating the Prestige Academy building.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, and it looks wonderful. You came on back in 21 when we first went really live with Good Morning Wilmington. What has changed from now with the work group from then to now?
What year is it now?
22. It's been a year.
What has changed? Oh my! I mean, let's go back to 2019. Since 2019, and I don't say this too loudly because then people say, "Oh, you got all the money over there." But we've raised over $78 million since the end of 2019, which really allows us to accelerate the work, scale, bring on different talent and team members to really push this effort forward. And a lot of people say, what's your biggest challenge? Our biggest challenge, I believe, is our success, because people say, well, you're so successful, we need to, slow down a little bit and go over in other neighborhoods. And I said, we got to get it right first.
Right.
We're not slowing down, and I've said this to the mayor, I say this to Robbie Chin, we don't slow down at the riverfront. We don't slow down downtown.
So why should
it's
we
what's
slow down?
needed, and I live downtown. I venture to the riverfront, make my walks, quite often, but it's what needed to do this type of work. And in the neighborhood that's been the most disinvested, we can't stop the investments now. So this is a $300 million project. We've leveraged over $117 million, but we still got a ways to go. So we're not stopping anytime soon.
Right, you're throwing out big numbers, but what people don't understand, those are the numbers that are necessary to get to where we need to go, and consistency is key.
Absolutely.
So I totally agree, and you're right. When you're throwing out the big numbers, people that may not understand what's happening, they think, oh, you have plenty of money, we're fine, we don't need to give you any more support or any more donations. No, we need to keep going, because we have a long ways to go before we have more changes that need to keep happening. But going back to that mentality of consistency is key.
Absolutely, from your mouth to God's ears.
There you go. Have you, on a personal side of things, Logan, with the success of the work group and the hard work and the dedication and that you had to put in, at any point were you scared? Were you frightened? Where would like to say, okay, this is not going to happen. I need to change my way, my.
No, to be honest, the only time I was scared was when I joined Kingswood as the interim executive director.
Okay.
Because we had missed payroll. Like, I didn't know if I was going to be able to get paid, let alone anyone else make sure that they got paid. So in the beginning, yes, but the stars aligned for this project every single time. Just received the email on the way here. from a potential, significant contributor. But everybody's behind this project, and we just continue to build momentum. So anytime I think that I might feel a little bit of doubt or be scared a little bit, I get a confirmation to keep going.
Right. No, those are signs. They always say if something scares you, that means you need to do it.
Right.
You need to take on that challenge. If it were easy, everybody would be doing it. So the fact that you have that little ounce of fear, that means you care even more.
Absolutely.
And that's what we need. You're the driving force.
Yeah, well, I'm part of it.
Well, you're leading it. I could tell.
What advice would you give young executive directors, just say in the beginning startup of a nonprofit, right? Because a lot, they don't see like cats like us, right? But they see you and you're like, they thinking all this money, that you're bringing in. They don't really see how much work is involved. What advice would you give them?
Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. So I get people all the time say, well, how can I start a nonprofit? And how do I get my license and this, that, and the other? And I say, just start doing the work. Like I think my history. I started a nonprofit with my best friend Eugene Young and my brother Shannon Watson. Eugene and I were 23, and this was back in 2006. And so we did the typical thing that I tell people not to do, which is for 6 months, a year, we're just in the room planning and doing our bylaws, this and the other. And eventually, we got to get started. Like, kids need us.
Right.
And once you start doing the work, you realize, let's change that, let's tweak that, let's do something different. So just start doing the work, and then everything else will fall in line.
Just falls right in line.
Yep.
I hear it. I love it. I love it. What's the time frame on this new facility?
So we're looking at the end of 2024. My goal is to finish the fundraising for the new facility by the end of this year. We just chose our construction manager, EDIS.
Okay.
And so let me just give you one example, because I know we're running short on time, of how...
Short on time?
We have plenty of time.
Okay, let's do it.
And they're like 5 minutes, we're like,
don't tell me that. I'm not trying to pull a Bobby Brown, though. I know we got some people over here. I'll take as much time as needed. But so in 2017, after I joined Kingswood, it was the first Do More 24 United Way. And we came out like a force for Do More 24. And part of the first competition was to release a video to show why people should support your cause. So we did a video, and we featured Deontay Martin, who was a teenager who was working at Kingswood, who grew up in Riverside. Yeah. And then he was working at Kingswood. And he talked about how Kingswood saved his life, and if it weren't for Kingswood, he'd be dead or in jail like a lot of his friends. So Brian DeSabatino, head of EDIS, reached out and said, can you connect me with this kid? Since then, he had been working in an internship at EDIS. He went to the Wilmington School of Trades. He just graduated. As soon as he graduated, Brian offered him a job. Deontay's going to be the project manager for the project. Man. So anytime you drive up to Kingswood and you see that young face on the mural, that is Deontay. So you talk about, I'm getting a chill saying, you talk about full circle. Yeah. And I think it's a great segue to, I believe, maybe the next guest, D Reed, who talks about building the homes. And I'm sorry I'm stealing your thunder, but like working on the homes right across the street from where you grew up, man. Yeah. A huge part of our project is making sure we have representation. Right. Not just me as a black man leading this effort, but every aspect of the way, even the warehouse, it's led by teens. Our efforts in the community with the revitalization effort is led by people who are representative of the community, who come from the community. Right. So you talk about doing it the right way. Our tagline at Reach Riverside is with the community, for the community, and that's what we're all about. I would love, and Najee, let me know, I would love to bring D Reed in on this. This conversation that just have the two perspectives of people, one that grew up in the community, one that was on the board back then, and just that synergy. So can we get another chair to bring him in real quick? Let's do it. Yeah, I would love to bring D Reed in real quick. I'll tell you what, let's go to commercial real quick, and we'll be right back with D Reed and Logan Herring. 30 seconds.
Next up, entrepreneur Derrick Reed.
I'm Ty Break Jameson, and this is Street Break. Who is the 46th president?
I don't know. No, I can't. I'm not sure.
Can't remember, but I'm gonna take a wild guess. totally forgot that answer though.
I'm really bad at this. Clinton?
No. Oh wait. That's kind of recent. Clinton? 46. Where are we? What's now?
Biden. Bam. You was that. You were.
Oh my God. I'm not even close.
You was right there. You were
Sorry,
right there.
Joe. Sorry, Joe. My bad.
46.
Yeah.
Clinton? 46th president is Joe Biden.
Bam. My man.
Oh no. Hell no, I cannot.
Okay.
Is it Joe Biden?
President. Yeah. Biden.
Joe Biden.
Bam. That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome back to Good Morning Wilmington. I'm Ivan Thomas. I'm here with my lovely co-host Vincenza.
Hello.
So we're having a conversation with Logan Herring, and we just decided to bring in Derrick Reed, and we wanted to just talk about like the synergy, which you said earlier, Logan, was full circle. And I think when you think of this project of what the work group is they're doing, and then everyone has a big part, right? Designed by kids, created by kids. Your co-chair is a Delaware State University student, and then now the people that are involved in the structure of the homes being built are Derrick Reed, who is the owner of Trust, his image, Easy Transit, author of Mindset Go, who lived in Riverside, and from the house where he used to live, now building houses in this purpose community that you're running the point on. How is that, D Reed?
How is it, man?
Oh man! First of all, I'm just happy to be on here with Logan, man. Who's actually just an awesome CEO. I mean, doing a wonderful job, man. And I always tell him that he's doing a great job. When I first got the opportunity, thanks to Logan and actually King of the Bird too. You know what I mean? Sabatino Company, for having us over there as a minority-owned construction company, which is pretty rare, for us to be on a platform like that. Ivan, honestly, it's overwhelming. I was just at Riverside yesterday, and I lived across the street in the projects that's still there. My wife is from the projects over there, you know what I mean? And it was overwhelming because it's like you actually get the experience what Logan said, full circle. I used to run up and down those streets in Riverside and, playing on the playground or even going down Kingswood, at the rec center. And to have my company over there being part of the revitalization of Riverside, it's amazing. It's overwhelming. It's very emotional. And it's like, I cannot believe that this young guy was running up and down these same streets or over here on the other side of the streets rebuilding it. And
have you cried yet?
A little bit, you know what I mean? But it's one of the things where it's so overwhelming that you just know it's going to break soon, like an ocean, you know what I mean? Because it's surreal, you know what I mean? When do a kid get a chance to open up a company that's actually came back to the neighborhood where he's from and help rebuild it? You know what I mean? We're not doing it by ourselves. Right. It takes a team. It takes a good leadership. It takes other companies to come in, and we just have to be one of those companies that's there, revitalization. Riverside, my old neighborhood. So it's overwhelming, man.
And just getting to know you, Derrick, it's truly inspiring.
Yeah, thank you
It
so
really
much.
is, and I'm glad that we're able to give you a platform to share your story and your background because it gives hope to others that may have that goal.
Absolutely.
And I love that, you're able to give back to the community that you grew up in because you know what's needed. You were there growing up, you know what's needed, and you know where it needs to go. And you're able to give that with your own bare hands.
Absolutely.
Which is amazing.
In the name Reach Riverside, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times people don't leave and reach back, you know what I mean? So even the name alone, Reach Riverside, is just so awesome. And I remember when I first got the opportunity to be there, I think either Logan or somebody posted, we're bringing Derrick Reed back to Reach Riverside. And that's actually the name. And it blew my mind.
It's a thing. It's a thing. And like again, if you're from Delaware, if you're from East Side, West Side, if you're breathing and have blood running through your veins, that story alone means something, right? Like you taking something that, like you said, we didn't meet payroll, we didn't know what we was going to do, to turn it around, and now to where it is, to say, you know what, I'm gonna get this young black developer, right? Let him get a shot, and that looks good, not just for on paper, but it looks good for the fabric of what you're doing. How does that feel, Logan?
Well, I mean, it's amazing. So we do a tour every 2 weeks, sometimes every week. And so I've even called D Reed, and we had a huge tour about a month and a half ago. I mean, billion-dollar funders come in. And I said, D Reed, we coming to the site. And then we were running late. I was like, can you come to the warehouse? And I mean, he just wowed them. And so we are a follow-up meeting this Friday, but it looks like they are going to provide us with like a $3 to $6 million contribution.
So I need to find a new barber.
Yeah. But no. But in all seriousness, what we're doing and what you're doing here. Like I walked into the set today and I was like, man, I'm so proud. And I was going to get on camera and make the comment that I usually make on Facebook was I was with you shooting in the gym. But this guy really was with you shooting in the gym, like before I even was, talking about the free haircuts and buying you your first lights. That's what it's all about, is lifting each other up. So he's talking about reaching back, and the community's new name is going to be Imani Village. And that's something that I came up with because Imani means faith. And it takes a village to raise a child. So we put them both together. It's a beautiful thing. And so, I really hope the community, I know the community will buy in to the culture that we are trying to restore, because Riverside, when you were growing up, it was a place where a lot of good people got their start, like this man right here.
And you say Imani, it's for the community. It's like, but it's built by the community as well. Yes. And I'm so just proud. Like you said, you got chills of your man that Deontay. Like, wow. Like you ride by and you see him, and you ride by and you see Derrick, and it just does something, because I remember during the pandemic we met him, and he said that if it wasn't for the work group, or I would be locked up or killed, along with my other friends that I grew up with. How did you get from being a barber, right, to being owning a construction company? As a matter of fact, his construction company did these floors.
He's a business mogul. Wife opening up a new gym.
Mean Body Fitness opens this Sunday. So my wife she's a fitness trainer, so she opened Mean Body Fitness. So we have the grand opening, 700 Cornell Drive, this Sunday, 1 to 4. So
you can't stop now.
He came in and told the funders, he was like, we met. We was holding hands on the stoop in Riverside right across.
He told the whole story.
He said, we've been together, no outside babies. Like he just went in, and the funders loved it because it was just so authentic. You know what I mean?
And we laughed at
Yes.
So I think this guy, I'm telling you, he really put me in a good position. I think next week, we got to meet with the governor.
The governor's coming through.
So we got to meet with the governor next week.
I'm happy for you, but I'm mad too, because I got to change my barber. So you got to have one of those houses over there for me to just run through, and while he developing, he can give a brother a fade. But so how do you go from that? How do you go from barber to construction?
Well, it's funny. My dad was in construction. He owned a construction company. You know the story. Mom and dad been together and then get divorced, and he's not there. But just the time that my dad, we was cool. The time he was there, he had such an impact on me and my brother for entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? And he had a construction company. What I like to do is try to fill the void of things that we need in our community. A lot of times minority get bad names when it came to barbershops at one time, meaning that it was a haven for drug dealers at one time. So guess what? I opened up his image, which is all top notch and really professional. We used to get a bad name when it came down to construction on certain things. So guess what? I opened up trust, and it's called trust. So I want you to trust us and kind of rebuild that, So my thing is I try to fill the void, and change the narrative. So,
but it was a little different for the hair. Let's go back to the barbershop, the bad names, right? Yeah. You did something. You went and sat on the board, on the head of the cosmetology board for the state of Delaware. Delaware.
Yeah.
And then you wanted to change that for a lot of people that look like us that couldn't get their license. So you was making moves back then.
Yeah, because they had restrictions at one time where you couldn't get barber license or salon license or styling license if you had certain felonies or certain things on your record. So they was giving people a second chance. So the only way you can make changes is not being away from the table. You got to be at the table. So what happened? I ended up joining the board, and then maybe like 2 or 3 years later, I became the president of the Board of Cosmetology and Barbering. Well, I was able to help change the rules and legislation for them to give reentry another chance. So you got guys getting out of jail who can't get jobs, and they're like, well, I can cut hair. Well, you can if you got this felony. So what we did was we took that list of all the rules and we narrowed it all the way down. The only thing we left on there is really things to protect our children against things like that. But for the most part, if you getting out of jail or whatever, you can get your barber license now. At one time, it wasn't like that. So I actually helped change that so guys can actually get a second chance to get their barber license.
Derrick, what don't you do?
Fly.
Fail.
Right.
That was deep.
No, we're good.
Very
I told you I was the humble one.
Right. Same question to you. Same question with you. What can't you do?
Fail.
He's speaking for you. You refuse to fail. But more so, I think that's that inner fire that you have in you from growing up.
Growing up broke.
Yes.
Growing up broke. Growing up when your baloney that has no first name. You like I'm going to make it.
You tell it too much time. You tell it too much.
But you have that fire in you that you refuse to give up.
Yes.
And that's called tenacity and perseverance.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and I could sense it from I heard so much about you, Derrick, and what you're doing. And again, thank you for everything you're doing at Good Morning Wilmington at DETV, because he is a sponsor, folks. We're very grateful for that support.
Absolutely.
But what you're doing for the community and you continue to do.
My pleasure.
And set that example and set that bar. You keep raising that bar so high.
Right.
But just to go back to Logan and to answer that question, Logan, yes, what don't you do? Do you?
I watch him, so he definitely.
No, I just do. I think what I'm good at, and what I'm good at is I have a long history in coaching. So I also coach high school soccer and basketball. And what I understand is that you have to have talent, but you have to have someone who can assemble the talent, recruit the talent, and make sure everybody's in the right position so the team is successful. So that's all I do. I just make sure that we get the talent, get them on the team, put them in the right position to be successful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I love it.
Not what Steve Nash did with the Nets. So.
Oh no, that's so dirty. They get sweat right. They out of there. What advice would you give D Reed? You were author. You came up with Mindset Go. Let's touch on that again.
Yep.
Your first book that you decided to write, right?
Yep.
Sold a bunch of copies.
Yep.
Thousands of copies.
Yep.
Why Mindset Go?
I think that's where it starts at. Just like someone say before you start a race, it's ready, set, go. But it all starts in the mind, right? So I call it mindset go instead of ready, set, go. I got a quote in there where I said, most people say when things get right, I'll make a move. But the reality is things get right when you make a move.
Right.
And you have to change our mindsets, right? So it starts there. So that's why I came up with mindset go. My thing is I want people to know that they can win. Not just believe it, but elevate to another level of knowing. Because that's the beginning of knowledge. So it's all about the mindset, and that's pretty much it. That's I want to inspire people that they can win. 'Cause a lot of people just really don't know or they don't believe, especially coming from the projects. But I have tapped in and I realized that anything's possible, and that's why I live. That's how I live. No limits.
Logan, what do you want people to know? The young black male to know, growing up. What would you tell him to inspire him to move?
See examples of people that look like you, and that's why it's important for us to be on this show today. What you're doing in media, what you're doing in everything, what I'm doing leading, business or whatever you want to call it. We have to see examples outside of playing basketball or football or hip hop. Those things are fine, but there are a lot more professions out in this world. So the more we can expose our young people, and that's where the warehouse comes in. We have a program called RISE, Reaching and Investing in Youth for Sustainable Employment, and they get exposed to different careers, and they can leave with a career recognized certification, so they understand what they are capable of doing and what's possible. But a lot of times you have to see an example of that first, and too often we don't get those opportunities in our community.
Yeah, and I'm going to touch before we get out of here. Talk to me about DSU. What you and DSU are doing at the warehouse?
Yeah, so we're, I just told you about RISE, and we're doing a special one called RISE to DSU. So DSU was gifted a building by Capital One, just like we were. And we're going to take a floor on that DSU building at the riverfront, and we're going to create Rise to DSU, where we're focusing on pathways to specific majors at DSU, so we can prepare them for their next step, which would be for those teens, college at Delaware State University.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Shout out to Tony Allen. He's
absolutely,
absolutely. He's the co-chair of my advisory board.
Wow, nice.
Wow,
nice. What's next for you, D Reed?
Right now we're going to just focus on Reach Riverside and get it done. I mean, it's a lot of phases involved.
You have a big project ahead of you.
Yes, and we just signed on, I think, to 30 more units. So we start in August, I think. So yeah, we're doing a lot over there. It's not overnight thing, but we're getting it done. So hey, and with the good leadership like this, we good.
We got the first residents moving in probably in the next 30 to 45 days.
There you have it, right there.
Yeah.
So when will that whole thing be wrapped up?
So you asking me? Well, let me tell you. So originally it was supposed to be a 24-year project. We're now down to like 10 to 12 years.
What?
Because of the amount of support.
Yeah.
You know, Governor Carney of the state of Delaware came in with $26.4 million. You ever seen a $26.4 million check?
Change your life.
I never had.
I got a picture of it though. I'm
See,
telling
you know
you.
what?
That's
why I'm so glad.
Will it change your life?
No, it's going to change many lives.
There you go.
Yes. Many lives. And so we're looking at maybe 10 to 12 years. 600 homes, 55 home ownership homes on Kingswood's property, another 30 in the master plan. We have a private developer that's going to build transitional housing for us for free.
Transitioning housing.
Transitional housing. So, you know, you just need stability. Whether it's for a week or a year, you have a place to go. So if you look at what happened last year with Hurricane Ida and all the people displaced, they had nowhere to go. We'll have somewhere to put them.
Where can, and I want to ask this question, how can people take advantage of the homes that are being built? A lot of people, I met a female the other day, and she was like, where do I start? I don't know if I have to sign up. So can you tell them how they can go about it?
I don't have the information on me, but there is a phone number in the email. I
Okay.
believe the property manager starts this week, I believe.
Okay.
Or next week. So we'll be able to start directing people to that person, and they can walk through the process.
Awesome.
Right now we are reserving the majority of the homes for the existing residents, and that's what's beautiful.
Oh, so they can
everyone that lives there now.
Yeah.
The goal is for them to live in.
Oh.
Yeah, and without displacement. So
that's different.
We're able to build 200 homes on vacant land before having to demolish anything. That's why they're still there, because we didn't want to have to displace people off the property.
Thank you so much for explaining that.
But there is a component of it. So the first phase is 74 homes. It'll be 59 affordable, and then 15 market rate. The market rate will be available for everyone.
So let me get back. Let me go back. Let me circle back, because I just want to make sure we're clear here. The homes are being built, and these are for home ownership.
No, they're rental.
They're rental.
There will be home ownership coming later.
Okay.
But not at the moment.
And the people that are staying or living in Riverside right now,
they have the opportunity.
They come right back in.
Now, again, it's a 10 to 12 year project, so some people will get that opportunity sooner than others.
Understood.
So if people are still around, by the time their number gets drawn, then they will be able to.
Okay.
And we're working with them, so if there are any criteria that they need to meet, the only criteria that we have right now, and I believe this is like 99% true, is that they're just current, which means that their electric bill is paid and they're current on their rent, and we even helping them get to that point. We have helped 21 families avoid eviction in the last 6 months.
And that is that whole ecosystem, that work group ecosystem right there, from purpose-built housing to the Reach River, to the teen warehouse, and to just bringing it all back together. I love what you guys do. Thank you. I brand new picture.
But you trying to move in?
Oh, I'll be in. I got 2 units coming.
We got 4 bedrooms too. You trying
whatever you need.
I can't fit. I can't fit.
Real quick, Derrick, why don't you share with our viewers how they can contact you for your services with Trust Construction?
Oh, you can hit me up at Derrick at trust.com. Also, my manager, Kenneth at trustontheway.com, and DerrickDReed.com, pretty much. So, hey. That's it. And I also want to let people know too, we also hiring too. And the good thing about this program is that we can hire people in our demographics, which is great. You know, people that's right from around that area. We're looking for you. So hit us up on trustontheway.com. So yeah.
Trustontheway.com.
Trustontheway.com.
I love that. You guys are just such inspirations to everyone, and especially myself, man, to just keep on moving. Because at a given time, that sometimes we do feel like we're exhausted, right? We feel like we quit. Then I just go see what D Reed is doing, or see what Logan is doing, or see what my man at Nerded Down, Marquivas is doing, or Saran, or even my man over.
And you're doing
Aaron
great things.
Bass.
Riverside. From Riverside.
How about that?
Yeah.
And
he's
it's
on my board at the warehouse.
And it's just so much inspiration that just says, all right, brother, keep on going. Right. You know, it's all right. You can cry, you can get it over, you can get it out, but we got a community that needs us. So
shout out to Aaron Bass, the #1 Dallas Cowboys fan.
You gonna blow him up like that?
I love Aaron, man.
They go back and forth
#1 Dallas Cowboys fan.
They're going back and forth on live television.
There's your camera. So give
Aaron Bass,
to
I'm so glad you joined the Dallas Cowboys Nation.
That is so
We
great.
appreciate your support.
I thought I seen him wearing blue.
I knew you were going to sign up eventually.
Yeah.
I got your Cowboys hat in the office.
Yeah, and I want to shout out Aaron too. Aaron gave me my first commercial job to revitalize Eastside Charter School.
You did all the windows.
Yeah, with all that stuff out there. All that green is us.
He coming for you.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
He coming for you.
But thank you for joining the Cowboys.
He's coming for you. Well, they vicious. Guys, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And next up, Bregetta Fields, Councilwoman of the 5th District. Stay tuned. She'll be right back. You're gonna love her. I'm telling you, you're gonna love her.
Stay tuned. Councilwoman Bregetta Fields is up next.
Hello, DETV family. This is Dr. Rose Kokoza, primary care physician at Christiana Care. I'm reaching out to you because we know that the COVID-19 pandemic is still very much with us, with cases on the rise. Please continue to do what we know works. Wash your hands frequently, social distance, and wear a mask. Let's do what we need to do to move past this pandemic.
Let DART do the driving. DART First State provides transportation that is clean, safe, reliable, and affordable. Plan your trip and get real-time bus information with the free DART Transit app. Scan your phone to pay your fare with the free DART Pass app. So what are you waiting for? Try transit today. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Hi, my name is Angela, and I am currently living with a record. Having a second chance at life is amazing to me. You know, I don't have to allow my past to dictate who I'm going to be today, and to me, that's beautiful.
Now that clean slate legislation has passed in Delaware, we must ensure that the bills are effectively implemented so qualified people will get the second chance they deserve. To learn more, visit cleanslatede.org.
So if you missed it, please go back and rewind the tape, right? Because that interview was amazing.
Yes.
Logan Herring and Derrick Reed from just talking about the purpose-built communities. It's just amazing. But right now, another cakeless superhero that we have, Councilwoman Bregetta Fields of the 5th District. Councilwoman, how are you doing?
I'm well.
Welcome.
Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it, so thank you. I do want to say one statement. You and Shaq said Del State is the best HBCU. So I just want to let you know, Norfolk State, behold the green and gold. But no, honestly, any HBCU is a good school to go to. That's where we all get our foundation from. Yeah. So I'm just saying, you know, any HBCU is a good school.
I agreed wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
Councilwoman, look, I met you a long time ago with your wonderful mother. It was just beautiful soul, right?
Thank you.
What made you decide to run? What inspired you?
Wow. Okay, so first of all, I have a legacy of community engagement and outreach. Even when I was 5 years old, I was going to meetings with my mother and my aunt. And
your aunt who?
My aunt Fräulein Trotter.
There you go, Miss Trotter, right.
Who has a plaza named after her.
Yes.
You know, I seen that the district, you know, we needed some representation that was actually going to really fight for them. And I'm the one. Right. I was just the one. I'm born and raised on in West Center City, so I figured I can do this. If I can't do it now, it's not going to get done. So that's why I decided to run, and I have a lot of support.
Now, what area do you serve that falls under your district?
Okay, so I have Quaker Hill Historical District, which on one, I just have a piece of it.
Okay.
Then I have West Center City. I have Hilltop, Tilton Park, Cool Springs, and the tip of Little Italy. So my district is really diverse.
I was going to say that.
Yes. Yeah, I have a really diverse district.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
That's not from me. I'm hearing that in the street.
Oh, word? Word?
And that's always good when you hear your community speaking positivity about councilwomen or councilmen that are active in the community and doing what they're supposed to do.
Right.
So that's really, really important. Could we chime in on what is the Wilmington Learning Collaborative a little bit more, because that's something that we also wanted to talk about.
Sure. So this is spearheaded by Governor John Carney, and this is just this collaborative is to just focus on our children in the city of Wilmington getting their being equal to the other schools. I'll say that. Like the black and brown children in the city of Wilmington, we just want to make sure that they get due what's due to them.
Right. Because it all starts with we had actually, didn't we have John Governor come through here?
Yes.
He was talking about the collaborative, trying to get all the schools together and all that. So hats off to you guys for that.
Thank you.
I hear it. I love it.
Yes. So, Councilwoman, how long have you been involved in, I guess you would say, I hate calling it politics, but it's, sometimes in politics.
Community involvement?
Yes, I like that. How long have you been involved in the community?
Okay, so as a council person, just 2 years, but
2 years,
again, with my mother, Mercedes Fields, and my aunt, Farlane Trotter, they were the ones that were out there knocking on doors, making sure that the community voted, made sure they knew who to vote for and things like that. So it wasn't anything new to me, because I had to knock on the doors too. So it wasn't.
You didn't have a problem knocking on those doors?
No, I did not.
No,
not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
No.
So tell us a little bit more about the Family Engagement Fair.
Okay, so I have to really tell you this. I got to tell you the story.
Okay.
So I seen a flyer going around with the Wilmington Learning Collaborative, and I seen all the different places, different schools, different community centers. So I'm looking at it. You know me. I am who I am.
Right.
So I said, William Hicks Anderson Community Center is not on here. So I'm like, this is the only city-owned community center in the city of Wilmington. It's in my district. Most of the kids that go to Christina School District and the Red Clay live right there in West Center City. So I actually sent the email at 9:30 at night, and I said, hey, can somebody just give me a call or email me, because I'm trying to figure out how can I get the WLC to Hicks. When I tell you, they hit me right up. We need a date. When can we come visit the center? Whatever you need, Councilwoman, we'll do it. You know what I mean? So that was really the initiative, because let me say this, the 5th district is like the hole in a donut.
Right.
Okay? So, so it's like, I don't want to say we're forgotten, but the thing is, I'm trying to close that hole.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm doing whatever I can for my community. So another thing is, if I communicate with my community, that means I'm educating them.
Yes.
Right.
So that's the real key right there.
This event, what is the goal of the event?
The goal is to have the parents, the administrators, people that are involved in education, sit down at a table and discuss what can they do together to enhance, improve the education for our children in Wilmington.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. And the community's buying on this?
Yeah, they've been to all the other ones. So my thing is, I hope you come to mine. You know what I mean? I'm just, and it's not mine, but I just hope that they come to the 5th district. And it's really not just for the 5th district, because I think they had one at the LACC. So it's not just for the 5th district. It's actually for the citizens of Wilmington.
Right.
If you missed one, or if you couldn't make the Zoom or whatever, I'm encouraging people, please come tonight.
Right.
We're going to have child care. We're going to have food. And it's just a learning experience. Actually, I'm going to be learning as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be learning some new things as well.
Is this a register event, or they have to purchase tickets?
Well, we wanted them to register. However, you just come. We just want to see your face.
Just get there.
We just want to see your face. We just want you to get this information so that you can kind of help your child grow in school. This is learning for everybody.
Right.
You see, we've seen some things on council in the past right? And it looks like they're getting better, right? How is it working with other council members?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
You know, the thing about it is your colleagues are your colleagues,
Right.
and it's where your focus is. If you're focusing on what you need to focus on,
Right.
which are your people and your constituents,
That's what matters.
that's all that matters.
Right.
You know,
Right.
those are the people that voted for you.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you know, you definitely have to work together to pass legislation, to
Right.
bring up resolutions, and that's all fair.
Right.
And we're always not going to agree on certain things.
Mhm.
But to stay focused is key, and that's just key for me.
Right.
You know, I
Right.
stay in my lane.
See?
So I
stay in my lane.
Vincenza, look, we always make Vincenza just break character.
Always.
Right? She's like,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
you're gonna stay in your lane. All right, all
And there's
right.
nothing wrong with that. But there's also nothing wrong with if you go out of the lane a little bit.
Right.
So Councilwoman, what else is next for the residents in the 5th District? Or what we looking forward to?
Oh gosh, I'm looking forward to a lot of things. I've gotten, I want to say relationships.
Mhm.
I've developed really good relationships with people that want to become partners with me in the 5th District. So I have to say I have a project, I have 2 projects going on up there in Hilltop, Lower Hilltop and on Conrad.
Okay.
Then I have another project.
What are the projects? What are those
They're,
projects?
oh, okay, so they're like housing projects. Like, okay, so you know where Second and Franklin and Harrison is?
Yep.
And you're going straight up 2nd Street?
Yep.
We demolished those houses. We took them down we took them down because there was a lot of activity, drug activity, people, sleeping there, whatever.
Yeah.
So we had to take that down.
Right.
Because the constituents, the community, they weren't happy. So that's every meeting I heard that they wanted that tore down. So, I had to work with the administration and, project manager to get it taken care of. So if you ride by now, you'll see it's being taken down. I mean, we got a fence around it. We're closing off some alleyways and different things like that. And Conrad Street, we have a developer that they're working on houses, and affordable houses as well. Yeah, and then so then you go to West Center City, and West 8th Street. We're taking that. There's a project going on there. So the thing. And the Delaware. Wait a minute. The music school of Delaware. They're actually coming to the 5th District too.
For what?
They're going to break ground.
Oh, they're moving there.
They're moving to the 5th District.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I have a lot of good things coming for my constituents, and I'm just excited. And I'm really excited about the individuals that reach out to me that have the same passion that I have for my community.
Right.
It's not about what they can get from me, it's about how they can support me and what I need to do to rebuild the 5th District. So I'm just trying to move the 5th District forward, and I'm focusing on it. That's it. Jill's focusing on the 5th.
So I'm sorry, Councilwoman.
You got us leaning forward now.
I'm listening.
Yeah, you got us.
Councilwoman, are there any immediate needs in the 5th District?
Let me say this, there's always a need, okay? But I need partners that have the same vision and the same goals that I have. That's gonna help me. I need entrepreneurs, I need businesses, I need developers. I need CDCs. I can go off a list, but I don't want to limit. I'm not going to limit myself.
Right.
As long as we can have that conversation,
Right.
and I see that your mind is going where I'm going,
Right.
which is rebuilding the 5th District,
Yeah.
and focusing on affordable housing for my constituents. That's all. Then we can go.
Can you get rid of them tickets over there on the 5th
No, I
District?
cannot.
I had to
No,
throw
I
that in
cannot.
there.
I can't get rid of mine. I can't get rid of mine.
I can't get rid of yours.
Just try.
I tried, right?
You
I
tried.
sneaked that one in
You
there.
tried it, but
Yes.
but pretty much you're doing it. Sound like you're doing. You have your hands full.
Yeah, I do.
But is it what you thought it was going to be?
No, it wasn't.
Right.
A lot of people think that city council is a full-time position, and actually it's part-time. However, I see that the constituents in the 5th District, they want to be able to touch you, see you, hear from you. And that's the kind of council person I am. I know you see me all around. Like, I even take the time to drive around my district to see if trash wasn't picked up, if, whatever the case may be, that's what I do. And I make that phone call like, yo, I need you to come pick this up. And it's no problem. Okay, anything, Councilwoman. So it's just developing those relationships throughout the administration as well as the departments in the city of Wilmington. And that's how you can, get your district straight and I'm moving it forward. That's all I got to say.
Well, thank you, Councilwoman, for everything you're doing in our community. It seems like you're very hands-on, and I wish you so much luck and continued success as changes are implemented. So again, thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate your time.
I appreciate you all.
Yes. So.
And you got to stay tuned because Councilwoman and DETV are about to do some great things in the community.
Yes.
So we'll keep you more abreast of that. We're not going to tell you now, but it has something to do with the word free and food.
Right.
So,
exactly.
So we'll make sure we keep them.
Now, can I just say one more thing?
No, you got it. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to say, I just want to appreciate you all and thank you for inviting me. And I really appreciate the administration and all my community partners for just coming in, seeing my vision, and helping me. Yes. That's key. And those who want to, give me some money for these projects, I thank you as well.
Yeah. Well, tell them where they can send that check. Before I looked right at the camera, said check, got excited.
Check, money. Yeah, I need that. So, just thank you, and look forward to see what's happening in the 5th District.
Excellent.
Don't count us out.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
Well, folks, another great show. Good Morning Wilmington. So many influential leaders.
Yes.
I mean, I'm always so blown away with everybody that we get to meet. I feel so lucky to be your co-host. I really do. You bring on some really amazing people, but Ivan, you have some wonderful people in your life. Mentors.
I do. I really.
Logan Herring.
I do.
Derrick Reed.
I think God, when God created Ivan, he was like, look, I'm going to take your little seed, right, and I'm going to put it in a place where the ground, everything around you grows. And I have met so many amazing people, and I mean to the point, even if they said hi, they did something to me, and I'm really happy that I'm able to just create this platform and the entire DETV platform, so all of us can share the greatness what God gave us to share. So I love that. And what I love is you have jeans on today.
Yes, and you have jeans on today.
I've never seen you in jeans.
Yes, so today is, for those of you who don't know, today is Denim Day, and it's bringing awareness to sexual assault survivors and victims. So we wanted to take this opportunity to use this platform at Good Morning Wilmington at DETV to raise awareness. Yeah. And I
never seen you in jeans.
Yeah, I actually don't have the opportunity to ever wear jeans, but I'm glad that I was reminded of what today is, and we're making a difference.
There you go.
Day in and day out here at Good Morning Wilmington. Folks, thank you so much.
Sponsors?
Yes, let's thank our sponsors. Trust Construction.
Out and About Magazine.
Dart Transit, and one
Wi-Fi.
more. Yes, there we go. Wi-Fi and CED.
CED,
the
Community
sponsor
Education.
list. I love this. I love this. Folks, thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week on Good Morning Wilmington.